China's rapid rise as a global superpower is well known, but there's one area where they're hitting a wall: fighter jets. Despite China's economic might and military advancements, its attempts to dominate the global fighter jet market have been surprisingly underwhelming. The question is, why? In this video, we'll uncover why China, a nation known for its ambition and aggressive expansion, is failing to sell its fighter jets on the global stage. And believe me, it's not due to a lack of trying. The rise of China's aircraft industry. Over the past few decades, China has worked relentlessly to modernize its military and emerge as a major arms exporter. By the 2020s, China managed to climb into the top 5 largest arms exporters globally. The country's defense industry has evolved dramatically, producing modern fighter jets like the J-10 and the J-20, which rival their Western counterparts on paper. However, despite these achievements, no major global power seems interested in buying these jets. China's jet fighters have seen some success in smaller markets, with countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh showing interest. But when it comes to the big leagues, countries that matter on the global stage, China's fighter jets are largely being ignored. The numbers don't lie. The cold, hard numbers tell the story. Between 2000 and 2020, China exported about $7.2 billion worth of military aircraft, according to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. But compare that to Russia, which sold $61.5 billion in the same period, or the US, which led the pack with nearly $100 billion. This massive gap showcases just how far behind China is in the fighter jet market. So, why can't China sell more jets, despite having the technology and production capacity? The answer boils down to 3 key factors: quality, price, and political influence. And in all 3 areas, China struggles to keep up. Fighter jet quality looks good on paper, but on paper, Chinese fighter jets seem advanced. Jets like the J-20, a 5th-generation stealth fighter, boast impressive capabilities. However, potential buyers are wary. Why? Because China's jets lack a proven track record. Unlike American, Russian, and even European jets, Chinese fighters have little real-world combat experience. They are only flown by the People's Liberation Army Air Force and haven't seen significant action or training with foreign air forces. In the highly competitive arms market, buyers want reliability. They prefer to invest in aircraft that have been tested and proven in combat. The US F-15 Eagle, for instance, is a prime example. Its spotless combat record makes it an easy choice for buyers. China simply can't offer that kind of certainty with its jets. The cost issue, more complicated than you think. You might think that China's jets being cheaper would give them a competitive edge. But that's not entirely the case. Yes, China offers its jets at lower prices, sometimes significantly so. But there's a catch: many Chinese jets are built with Russian engines, and this creates a major hurdle. For years, China has relied on Russian technology, particularly for its fighter jet engines. Even though China has made strides in developing its own engines, Russian components are still widely used. This dependence on Russia means that China needs Russian permission to sell these jets to third countries. And unsurprisingly, Russia isn't too keen on allowing China to sell jets to potential Russian customers. Take the Chengdu J-10 and JF-17 Thunder as examples. These jets are equipped with Russian engines, which means China can't sell them freely. Russia can veto any deal that might compete with its own sales. This puts China in a bind. It can't sell many of its jets to larger, more lucrative markets because of this reliance on foreign components. Even when China develops its own engines, they haven't been as affordable or reliable as the Russian ones. Buyers see no reason to pay extra for Chinese-made engines when they can get a cheaper and more reliable alternative from Russia. Political influence, the biggest barrier. Beyond quality and price, the political landscape plays a massive role in why China struggles to sell its jets. Fighter jet sales aren't just about technology, they're about alliances and long-term partnerships. And here's where China falls short. China's foreign policy has often alienated potential buyers. Many countries, especially in Asia, view China with suspicion due to its aggressive stance on territorial disputes and its growing military presence. Take the case of the Philippines, for example. In the mid-2010s, the Philippines considered moving away from the US and purchasing Chinese military equipment. But tensions in the South China Sea, where China aggressively asserted its territorial claims, soured relations. As a result, the Philippines backed out of potential deals for Chinese fighter jets. It's not just the Philippines. India, one of the world's largest military powers, has ramped up its defense spending, but none of it has gone to Chinese jets. Ongoing border disputes have made it impossible for India to consider China a trustworthy partner. Similar sentiments can be found across Southeast Asia, where countries like Vietnam and Malaysia have chosen not to deal with China for fear of becoming politically entangled. A popularity contest China can't win. Finally, there's the issue of international pressure. Countries aligned with the US or NATO are wary of purchasing Chinese jets due to the potential political fallout. In 2013, Turkey made headlines when it signed a deal to purchase Chinese missile defense systems. However, under pressure from NATO allies, Turkey eventually scrapped the deal. Today, with rising tensions between China and the West, any country that buys Chinese military equipment risks damaging its relationship with the US and other Western nations. Given that many of the world's wealthiest nations are aligned with the US, this makes it even harder for China to sell its jets outside its traditional customer base. China's fighter jet industry faces an uphill battle. Despite impressive advancements in technology, the country's jets lack the combat-proven reliability of their competitors, face complications with pricing due to Russian components, and are hampered by political challenges on the global stage. Until China can address these issues, its fighter jets will continue to struggle in the global market, no matter how advanced or affordable they may be.